was Mark. You taught him how to be a husband that loves well, loves his children, provides for his family.
Yes.
I have so many memories of Burl always reading the Christmas story to all of us at Christmas. He read the whole scriptures out of Luke. But one of my favorite memories of Burl is when our boys were little, he always took them outside and would hold them just like Mark does. And I knew you were praying over them and loving them. And that just always warmed my heart to see Burl outside holding my boys, just love them.
Yep. Pretty hard to take that away.
Too much?
Oh, here comes David.
I'll say something for Grandpa. I'm gonna sit down. Stand. Yeah, so these are the moments that I live for. That I realize, like, in the midst of, having goals in your own personal life, and you kind of get distracted by the day-to-day responsibilities. It's when I come together with my family that I realize this is what matters in life. Being in these moments and really recognizing the blessing that the Lord has provided in a very real sense of the word. And I think it's when I see you, Grandpa, that I realize how I want to live my life. As a young guy, that's awesome to have that example of somebody to kind of help you. That's kind of like a North Star kind of thing, just to kind of direct your steps. Because it can be scary to be a young guy and the world at your feet, and you can go this way, this way, or this way, this way. But in the back of my mind, I always know kind of the example of that to follow, because I have you to look towards. And that's been an incredible thing. I really am extremely grateful for that, and thankful for your devotion over the years, your prayers over the years, your sacrifice over the years, your generosity over the years. And it hasn't ever slowed down. You keep on pushing. You've just been such a blessing in our family, and I just really appreciate that. So.
There's a song for us?
I wish.
No. When my mom told me we were going to talk about just memories or anything that we have about you, Grandpa, the only word that really came to my mind is you have such a steadfast spirit. And just growing up and Sundays after church, even when we would, when you guys would come visit, you would still sit on the couch and you would read the Bible. Okay, we just had a sermon. And you would come home and you would still read the Bible. And you were so faithful to God, and every day I feel like there's something that you could know more about Him, and you look to that time that you could spend with Him because He's your friend. And every day it's a new day with the Lord, and there's something new that He can reveal to you that day. And I just want to thank you for that, because that's something that I strive to have in my relationship with the Lord, is that every day He will reveal something new to me about Him. And I feel like that is something I've gotten from you, and seeing you in your walk with the Lord, and that you're trusting in Him every step of the way, and that there's no problem that you can't go to Him for. There's no question that you can't have answered when you read the Word of God. So thank you for instilling that in me, and the wonder, and just being steadfast with the Lord as a mentor and as a friend. I love you for that. Thank you.
Things that really wasn't worth stressing out about, but there's not a time where, if I feel like I'm going through a tough situation or something that's difficult, where I can't ask you guys to pray for me, and I know without a shadow of doubt that's going to happen. And that's a blessing. That's a huge blessing, and I know I can speak for all the grandchildren and all the children when I say that, whenever we have anything that needs prayer, we know that you're on it. You and Grandma are both on it, and there's not a doubt. And I make an effort to let my mom know, hey, I'm going through something tough. Ask Grandma to pray for me, because you know what's going to happen, and you know we're going to do it. And there's something just so beautiful about that, and for me, just really understanding what prayer is, and understanding, it's how we communicate with God, and how, there's a way that we can speak face to face with God, and it doesn't have to be these incredibly beautiful and just well-rehearsed prayers. It can just be a conversation with God. And that's, it's such a big part of my life, and just understanding that, prayer.
Who you are, and that's you live humbly, but you love boldly.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, you just know how to love people so well, and when I was doing the missions thing in college, you were the example of how to love boldly to the people that that need it. So keep it short.
I think there's a whole lot to echo. First of all, and Ty stole my humility aspect, which is absolutely true. You are a very humble, unassuming person, and it's really, I think it's really benefited, my immediate direct family with Dad and Tyler and I. But I do see it throughout the whole family. Really, I think what's amazing is that you and Grandma have kind of built this amazing legacy. I mean, we have a family we can really be proud of. Just to come from such remarkable beginnings to have experienced so much just so much love, so much greatness is a good word for it. It really is. I am immensely grateful that not only that I have Sam, but that Sam's going to be a part of it. And in learning how to be a dad, I've looked at my dad course.
Yeah.
I'm lucky because I have a second role model right here. And I just think that's tremendous, and I hope I can do you guys justice, but I'm just glad he's going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Over there, I was hoping I would just go there. Kind of echoing what my dad said. It's just really interesting. Like my relationship with him has just dramatically increased. And like the second I kind of made the shift into my calling, being called into ministry, and like just I know that I am riding upon his shoulders and I'm riding upon your shoulders as well. And so I just want to thank you for your devotion to God. And thank you for just your willingness to sacrifice it all for him, and that God is faithful. And so I thank you for just preparing the pathway for all of us here. We're all here because of both of you, and we just thank you. It's all because of your decision to say yes to Jesus, and like it's awesome. Like it's just really, really cool that you can do this. That's all I got. I can do more later, okay? Excellent. No. I wanted to talk about your interest and investment in your grandchildren and your children. It's honestly, it feels great to know somebody cares that much personally about what I'm doing. It's so selfless and so humble, and with all of the grandkids, I think we can all say the same thing. You're our number one fan, and it means a lot to us to know that you're going to be there no matter what. And with what I'm doing, I need that, and it gets tough sometimes, and you're just somebody to look to. We know that you're there for us, and we know that you're going to be there for us, and it's a great thing for us. And your just interest level is so high in us, and you always want to make sure we're okay and we're doing well, and you always want to know how our life's going. And I mean, it's just a beautiful thing that, I mean, I want to have that same relationship with, I mean, my children, my grandchildren too. And I'd just like to thank you for that. So, thank you, Grandpa.
Kitty, 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 kitty. Meow.
Grandpa, something that John and I have been realizing in ministry lately is that the prize doesn't always go to the most talented or the most skilled or the best at this or the best at that, but to the, if you just keep showing up every day, to the one that just faithfully shows up every day. And you've been a great example of that because you don't shoot your own horn. You've never said, look what I've done, look at my resume. But yet, the gifts and the far-reaching effect of your ministry is great. You don't realize it because you're so humble, of course. And so, you've been a great example to us. I mean, just as far as ministry, we have tried to look to your lives. And the wife that you've been to Burl has been a great example to me, Shirley. Just to stay by your husband's side. Sometimes people will come up to me and say, so what do you do for the church? I try my best to take care of my husband. I mean, that's a big job.
It's a big calling.
Just, because the emotional health of a pastor is a big thing. And so, I just hope that you know how much you're loved and appreciated by all of us. And what a great example you have been. In your humility and your faithfulness, there's just not a better man that can be found.
Yeah, kitty cat.